2, 3. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me. I should be live everywhere. See, I'm live on Twitter. You're on YouTube as well. Okay, let's see. What's up, UFO to go? Let me know if you guys can hear me. See your chat coming through on my window. Okay, what's up, everybody? It's been a while. I can't really remember the last time I streamed, but not in this area here. Okay, so in a very, very strange point in the market, we have by far the vast majority of people out there are bears. You have famous people like Da Vinci Jeremy flip-flopping every day. One day at the lows he was saying that it's a bear market, now he's saying that there's more to go. Only the few people that I've watched, like Jason Pizzino and Somi and Green Star Trading, a few guys that are still bullish for the end of the cycle. Matty Allen is bearish. Yeah, so a lot of indecision here in the market. We've had pretty much the best. My mic sucks. Well, I can't do it any better. Maybe go watch something else. Yeah, so, I mean, this is Bitcoin here. Not much has changed. This is your breakdown level here, but, I mean, we can get really complex into these things. This wasn't good bearish market structure, as this was a new high that was made there. So this is not really even a breakout point, but it is in fact valid on the line chart. But I don't disregard the candlesticks, because the candlesticks are incredibly important. You can't disregard them. So that was a new high. So you don't have the picture perfect market structure for a high to be created, but we can't expect the market makers to make it that easy for us. Right, so everybody is confused. No one knows what is going on. But I'm practically still, I don't think I've changed my opinion. It just doesn't feel to me like the top is in just yet. And I'm pretty much just going off the 4-year cycle. Not the halvening cycle, just the 4-year. Maddie's a scammer, but everybody's a scammer according to you guys. The mic is quite hot. I'll put it down a little bit more. How's that? How's that? Should be a little bit better. The Ikimoku weekly BTC, Hans. Yeah, so if you guys do have coins that you want me to take a look at, I don't know what we can take a look at. Like the PulseChain coins, like I've gone through charts. Like in the past, like, you know, these coins would have come back, meme coins and things that we traded in the past. But it seems like it's getting a little bit red ocean on PulseChain. It's just, you're either in inner groups and you're getting into launches early, or you're buying tops. We cannot hear. Too low. How's that? I mean, that's on max. Like I'm getting like 20 decibels. Let me sort a little bit shit out here. Sound. I will reduce the levels here and then up it a little. Hello, Ian. 111111111. Hopefully that's better. I don't know what else to do. I should get a new webcam and a new speakers or a new microphone. With the Pulse ecosystem, what are you liking at ML? I mean, we can go through a few things. Do you think we should start an alt run up in March or April? Let me actually pull you guys up the seasonal trading concepts over here. You see that? Yeah, you can see that. So this is like, this is supposed to be like a bullish time, right? This is the start of spring for you guys, I think. Yeah, so it starts getting summer, so spring for you guys in the 21st of March. Everybody is really scared about the eclipse, the blood moon. But I don't see how we can have a major peak on a blood moon if we've been down only, you know? So it's either you think the eclipses are major pivot points or they're always bearish, which I don't think they are. Either way, we'll see what happens. But this is seasonally supposed to be a pretty good time. You know, the winter isn't the best time for trading, especially in the northern hemisphere. So we'll see how it goes in the summer. I expect it to be much better. Either way, we needed this consolidation. Right? This is the best thing that could have happened. You know, I said a while back, pretty much when we made this peak, that the longer the market reclaims its, or the faster the market reclaims its previous highs, the closer we are to the end. And we haven't reclaimed these highs in months, right? That is what we wanted to see. So I'm not really even surprised at what's going on right now. It's what I wanted to see happen. And we had all this froth in the market. I mean, Trump launched the meme coin. Every celebrity possible launched the meme coin. So, okay, I'm glad it's better. I don't know if you guys... Okay, never mind. Let's see what you guys are saying. With the Ikimoki weekly cloud. We're in the cloud. This is the daily, obviously, and you've bounced off bottom resistance areas, so you should expect the top of the cloud to get hit here. What's the weekly doing? I mean, we've bounced off supports, right, or moving average lines, and this is bullish, right? They will only close their trade which they took once it crossed down here. But price action had to be above the cloud. It never gave you a buy signal, not a clear buy signal, but some people will just go long as soon as they cross here and close their short or close their long when they cross again. So there's nothing bearish here. All of them are still pointing up. There's a lot of support on the cloud as well. So it's not really a great chart to look at currently. And it is on the right settings. So I mean, we can look at this on the weekly and let's go to the line chart again. This was, you know, this was a clear bearish market structure here that broke. And I think we actually just like already hit the target. Yeah, I mean, we hit the target, but we never closed it there. So I didn't, you know what? We either consolidate here sideways. That's the best thing that can happen, right? Is just sideways movement here. And, you know, I feel a little bit like I don't know. It's not even worth speculating. It's just, what are you going to do here? Short the market here? I don't think the cycle is over. So I would just like for us to keep on consolidating sideways here. I don't want to spend too much time on BTC. I don't really know what to tell you guys here. Only that I don't feel like the top is in, but what is that, right? That's just a feeling. Inflation is fine. We're just moving sideways. I was getting a little bit panicky when I saw like raw materials starting to break out, right? That's just a good measure of inflation. Dominance, I mean, we've looked at this chart and speculated about what could possibly happen here. There's no bullish structure here. And yeah. I mean, everybody and their mom has been wrong about what's going on here, hey? So what can we say? Coinbase is a good proxy for the overall crypto market if you want to look at stocks, and it's just retested previous breakout levels, which is fine. This, if we look at this chart, it looks like the consolidation is over. Dogecoin came right back to in value, and this is where you should be interested, right? It's clear little W forming there. Yeah, you know, so some of these coins are showing like they're starting to bottom out here. The dollar is taking an absolute beating, right? Falling back into this triangle, but I don't really care for patterns much. Remember, when the dollar goes down, that's good for our risk assets, right? This was a V bottom here. I mean, we're probably going to come down to retest these lows at least. Right, and if we do lose these levels on BTC or on the dollar, you're going to see your risk assets perform very, very well. And everybody is waiting for the dollar to weaken. Trump wants the dollar weaker. China wants the dollar weaker. So that's good. The S&P has already lost like very important structure there, but this is fine. This has been up only. I mean, these things are finally starting to reset. And just use that indicator. I mean, look at the weekly. The weekly. The last time it was this low was exactly at the bottom, on the previous bottom here, right? That's the fastest moving RSI. The slower moving RSI is all the way back to these levels almost. So you've rebuilt or you've reset all of this momentum, but you've hardly really even come down. The this ETH BTC ratio, I still think that is the low, or it just comes down because it never touched the breakout level. So don't be surprised if it comes and touches it. But this is incredibly cheap for ETH versus BTC. Excuse my words, but you can just see the indicators are incredibly low, right? They're not at the highs, and you can go to even higher time frames like the monthly. You can see this bullish print here on the indicator the last time it printed back here, and we're now forming that same print here. So either this cycle never has a run in PLS or in ETH or in altcoins, the cycle, or the cycle is going to be longer, much longer than much of us anticipated. I mean, ETH looks absolutely terrible, but you know, this is a perfect topping structure. But once again, you know, this market is so freaking tricky. They ran the highs here, so this is not a valid M or bearish market structure because this is technically a V top, right? And markets don't like to V top or V bottom except if it's incredibly volatile. BTC has topped. You're most likely to see a V top than you would see a V bottom. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with this chart really here. I'm not surprised that we are catching support here because this is previous breakout levels, and I'll just plot it there. And not only that, these are macro reload zones, which are these green boxes. This is where value is at, and this is where savvy investors do step in to buy, right? The euro looking pretty strong, but I don't like these kind of bottoms. Gold, I mean, just rallying very, very strongly. Link bouncing off its reload zone. What's the Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq also having a massive sell-off. Look at that monthly. That monthly looks absolutely terrible. I mean, these indicators, though the weekly hasn't been this low since, since even back here, which was January 3rd, 2023. So we've reset a lot of momentum, right? It's NVIDIA on the weekly. NVIDIA, I mean, this is losing some very important levels here, hey? But once again, like there's lots of space that's been created here. But this, I mean, this looks like a top. Massive downtrend. Just losing structure all the way. Like you've lost to this. You've lost to this. Honestly, it looks like a top. But the thing with the stock market and with the Nasdaq is like they get reset incredibly quickly. The others, total market cap excluding the top 10 in your stable coins, didn't even make an all-time high. Retesting previous breakout levels and the massive reload zone, right? It hasn't touched it. Generally, I would say if it's stopping right before the reload zone, it's most likely going to come and fill it, or at least come inside it, like this. Don't know. Others dominance. You know, I don't like something that just stops right in front of the reload zone. But I did do a little study on it. If you go back to the previous cycle, it did the exact same thing. It just stopped right before the reload zone. But there are, you guys, if I put on the line chart, you guys can see these small W's. They're everywhere. They're on Dogecoin. They're on Link. They're on these larger charts. You can see when these W's do form, they start to rally. So there are some signs that we are starting to bottom here. I mean, this is your Russell, right? The shitcoins of the stock market. And they're not doing much. Solana ETH. Right, this thing's measured move is all the way to the reload zone. So, I mean, this is very, very high. Either way, you've missed this train. And you need for it to come back to take a nibble on it. Solana, just, I mean, there's just so much space here. Like, the markets, it's going to move very, very quickly through that space, just as quick as it moved through it. But either way, value for Solana, if you wanted to get some Solana, is in here. And if there's one more run left in this bull market, we should probably look to get some here. I don't know. But if you do compare it to PulseChain, just so this is PulseChain versus BTC. And this is, I mean, at its lows. Starting to print this, but look how long it took to actually, and this is the ratio versus BTC. It doesn't look great. There's no market structure here. So I don't think, it doesn't look like PLS is set to outperform BTC anytime soon. This is PLS versus ETH, and this looks a little bit better, right? See, you've got your market structure here. Right, and then you rally, and we're starting to build something here. But this is, this could be a large market structure that we're forming here. We'd have to break above there. Sorry, I just got a message. I was just quickly checking who it is. so let's check quickly. PLS versus Solana. PLS versus, oh yeah, PLS versus Solana. I mean, we're on the brink here of breaking out versus Solana. You can see the large W. We are kind of already trading above it on the weekly, but it obviously has to close here for it to be confirmed. But it does look like PLS is set to outperform. It's a good little bottoming pattern that we have there. How speed high technical is looking? We have bottomed short term. Oh yeah, we can look at that. Just quickly scrolling through the Twitter chat as well. Okay, yeah, let's get into some PulseChain coins. Let's check out the monthly. Pulse is fine. We just need to hold the lows on the monthly. And, you know, that's our breakout level there. And that would be our market structure. That's our market structure W, right? On the daily, on the weekly. I would love for us to close above these areas. The 4,400 areas. Because, okay, what's the daily telling us? I mean, the daily is fine, looks strong. Look at these nice little wicks. There is a small little W here, but today's candle will need to close at least above this area, right, to reclaim that breakout level. But it looks fine. We just, for PulseChain, we just need like to fill in this space a little bit more. PLSX. It's a beautiful chart, really. I mean, this thing is curling over, but I don't know. I don't think it's artificial because of Richard pumping this. But it looks fine. It really looks really, really strong. And holding up much better than PLS, frankly. See the monthly. I mean, guys, this is just a massive W, right? This is fine. I guess the market structure is fine here. That's a good enough foundation for you to rally off of. And the ratio is something I just can't wrap my head around. Why this is getting pumped instead of PLS. But maybe, yeah, I kind of think it's to get it here and just to keep it here. I don't really want to cover too much of the cores there. I can go through them quickly. Either way, Hex is in value here if you're dollar cost averaging. It's still the low. We're still within value, right? So if you're DCAing over time, I can't fault the granny if she wanted to get some. There's no structure here just yet to tell you that the reversal is anytime soon. This is an ugly V bottom. You know, that's not good. So I don't know. You should actually come back to retest this, but is the market that bullish that we're not going to retest that V bottom there? It could be. If you look at the ratio versus PLS, I mean, this looks darn bearish, right? If you start losing these levels versus PLS, you're going to come to the reload zone. Either way, you can't chase Hex with your PLS here. It needs to be in this area down here. That is where value is at for Hex. I don't know if it's going to give us a chance, but that's where I'd be interested. And I'm not a financial advisor. You should listen to me at your own risk. EX. Is EHEX still in USD value? It's not. It's left value, right? On the shorter term. But we can't really measure it. Now, what is good about EX is that this is a weekly market structure down there, this area here. You know, none of the other RH coins really have this. PLSX does have it because it defended its lows, whereas PLS ran its lows down here. And we just looked at PX as well. It doesn't have this double bottom W. And I'll just show the little W for you guys there. Right, it doesn't have that. Let's just see how close we got to the retest of the breakout. Okay, not really that close. So, yeah, EX is rallying here. Let's look at the ratio versus PLS. I'm pretty sure it's not inside of... Yeah, it's not inside the value, right? If you wanted to swap some PLS for EHEX, I can do it down here. These are areas where I might be getting ready to sell some, in fact. I did sell some EX or PX yesterday. And we can just quickly look at the ratio so I can give you guys my thoughts, right? You can see the RSI is incredibly high here on the daily, right? That's why when I tell you guys that the RSI is down here, it's like when on the larger time frames on like the PLS pairs earlier, like on TradingView, right? That's where we should be interested, right? Not when this thing is right at the top. So the daily is quite high, but there's no bearish divergence and there's no structure really to form a trade just yet. I literally took the Pico bottom trade there. So me taking profits here, I know it can go higher, but I'm fine with sitting underwater with that. There's no bearish dips here. I mean, the weekly is still fine. The weekly can go much, much higher here. And if we really want to go higher, if you close candles with strength above this 39 area, I mean, we can rally all the way to 69 for EX versus BX. So when the time for the trade was down here and the time to swap some EX for PX is here. But knowing that it can in fact go a little bit higher, but I'm fine with that. I'm risking a very small percentage. The incentive token. I mean, the USD value is fine. We've still have this low that's defended us. We've got two higher lows thus far. This is the weekly. Was this a new high that was made here? Yeah, that was actually, so there's a little bit of a bearish divergence here. Oh, no, actually not. Yeah, I don't know if I would buy any here. Let's look at the PLS ratio. I mean, I should probably sell some for PLS here. Let's quickly look at the indicators. Very, very high on the weekly. It can definitely go a lot higher, but this is a very, very strange move. What's the daily telling us? So that's a clear bearish divergence on the daily. I should have swapped some ink for PLS. And the USD chart's not really impressing me that much, although to be fair, it's got its higher lows, so we won't discriminate. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to go to the Atropa ecosystem. You know, when I say anything about this, I do get a lot of hate, right? So I'm playing with fire here. So it's sad because, you know, you want to help people, but there's some major gatekeepers in PLS. And I mean, I can go to my Twitters where I pasted the two horizontal rays. And it got me a lot of hate when I posted it. And I even set out at the timing that this is going to take literally months to sort itself out. But I was once again told that TA doesn't work on this chart, and all of the other crap all the hate that I always get for the same shit. I mean, it's still clear space to that all-time high. So there's no reason why this should not go and retest that previous breakout level. And if that area doesn't hold, I mean, was this even a valid W? I don't think it was. Yeah, it ran that low. So there's hardly any structure here. When we can go down to the daily. And I mean, there's a valid W there. But I don't want to FUD people. Like, I don't know if it goes that low. So, I mean, the best thing to do here is just to nibble some as it goes lower. It's got some bull doves here on the daily, but there's no W yet. The best thing you can do here is just to wait for the W to confirm. I've been slowly nibbling down. You're not going to catch the exact bottom. Look, I took a nibble somewhere here, like a small nibble. And I'll continue nibbling more as these levels get hit. Let's look at the PLS ratio. So it's just lost this ratio. There might be some bull divs now. Yeah, so there is some bull divergence there. You're at the 61.8, which is obviously why you're getting a bounce right now, because it is the golden ratio. The granny is allowed to have a small nibble here. So once again, I'm just going to remind you that you're not going to time the Pico top, and you're never going to, I shouldn't say never, but I've traded thousands of charts and you get lucky sometimes. But you're hardly ever going to buy the exact bottom or sell the exact top. That is why you do a few purchases, a few nibbles. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. You have to figure out your own strategy, what works. Have you thought about muting this shit on X and giving yourself some peace and quiet hands? Their opinions are not with your brain ash, right? Listening to their rubbish. Yeah, it's probably not. I should just focus on creating as much value as possible for others. But it does suck because, like, I want to be as, I shouldn't really go into that. You know, I'd like to call chart tops when I think the top is in. It doesn't mean I'm never going to be wrong, right? I would be a billionaire by now if I was never wrong in the market. That's ridiculous. But people do trade on what I say. So, you know, if I call the top on Finvesta, you know, and there is a reaction on the chart, everybody blames me for it. You know what? I'm just gonna be brutally honest and tell you that I would have been getting some here, and if I'm gonna go right just off what my intuition tells me, is I think this is what's gonna happen. Is when we're gonna come down and retest these previous breakout levels. But don't bet on it. Nibble on the way down. Right, this is 61% down versus the PLS ratio, right? So I see there's an ink versus. So how's the PDI technicals looking? Have we bottomed on the short term? Now I won't say this is a bottom here. You know, you're gonna see something like this when you know the bottom is in. You can see the clear W here, or the clear higher lows. So that's the high and that's the low being defended there. So you can be very, very patient with these things. There's no need to rush. And we can just wait for that candle close, right? So you would have taken the long at 40, right? Because that's where the candle confirmed as a breakout. I mean, you could have ran it all the way to 385. You know, that's more than enough gains. So this is a V bottom here. This is a new bottom it's made, so it's gonna take a little bit longer. There's no need to rush. Dollar goes down, Kruger Rands goes up. Could I chart PPAP? Let's see if it's still up here. Did I take it off? PPAP. That's the daily. I mean, that's a clear W breakout. Like, honestly, I can't fault the granny if she wanted to go long here. And I'll actually paste that in my Discord. So I'll buy that after the stream. Like, why not, right? It's down, absolutely depressed. That is higher lows and a higher high. Right? There's probably, I don't know if there's it's a buckle. Liquidity here. Liquidity. Let's paste this. Because the thing is, I don't know how dead this is, right? Is the Tang Gang gonna come and it seems like they're fully pivoting to other chains now. Total liquidity, jeez, no. I mean, there's absolutely no LP left for this. Oh, here is some WPLS. Yeah, I mean, if you like it, I can't fault you getting some there, right? But then you need the Tang Gang to return, right? Can I check on the ink and the hex chart, please? Ink versus hex ratio. Okay, let's try hex first, and then the ink ratio. Here we go. Most. Okay, let's look at the ratio to ink. Okay, so we're buying hex with ink. So in the macro reload zone, in the micro reload zone, this is your previous breakout level. Yeah, and I mean, this is where you should be selling your ink for hex. Definitely. Hey, Attila. This looks like a prime spot, you know. This looks like it's actually bottoming here. Either it's already bottomed or it's going to come down to this 333 area. And remember, you're buying hex here. That means you're selling ink for hex here. So yeah, hex is definitely cheap versus the incentive token. Well, I might actually just do that because I have a little bit of ink lying around. Let's see if there's a BTC sell-off because I see everything is freaking red. Yeah, so for BTC, I mean, if we still hold on to this level, that's not the technical breakout level, but it's a low. You know, if we keep on defending that low, that's fine. Let's look at Icosa. I'll just go through my watch list. I haven't looked at my watch list in a while because there's not much going on really. I mean, Icosa is incredibly cheap, right? Especially versus his USD value. I mean, that's where you should be interested. Versus PLS, however, it is overvalued versus PLS. It has left value. You should be getting some if you're interested in here. This chart looks very, very strong to me. Like this looks to me like freaking very, very strong consolidation. You know, like look at these higher lows here. You know, so that's leverage on Hex. So if this is to do something like that, that just tells us that Hex is going to perform really well. But I wouldn't bet on just because the chart looks bullish. Hedron looks like hell. It's testing its lows. Very, very cheap versus PLS. I don't know if people are still buying it. Solid X down 5% on the day. Very cheap. Still holding lows. Needs to keep on defending these lows. 9-inch. V bottom. Almost at new lows. You need to see a W come in here. You can't look at this at all. BBC. Back in wrecked, eh? Right back to the start. V bottom. I mean, you can pretty much get this as cheap as it's ever been. And that's a V bottom. You know, markets hate V bottoms. If you see a V bottom like that, the market's going to come back all the way. Pateas. Probably too expensive for us to chase it. Yeah, this is like all-time highs versus PLS. BBC, no LP, WTF. This is on V3. Dude, there's only 1K LP. So yeah, all of the LP is with 9-inch. So you know, none of it with PLS. Bye. Tell me about it, bro. They say that a lot of whales have sold out. But anyway, whales, not even whales are going to sit in something like this. You know, 96% down. Then again, Hicks did the same, and we're all still around. Yes, Pepe. All the way back to the start. So this took a massive beating because of the Richard Hart Pepe. This is bull devs right on the way down. We'll just have to keep a close eye on this because it might just come back. You know. But look at this tight consolidation range that we had before we broke out. It's pretty beautiful. Look at that. And that's the small W that you need here at the end. And off it goes. So we can just wait for that. It's most likely going to run when Atropa runs, because I think it is bonded to those tokens. Time. So back into the US dollar reload zones. Yeah, we can't chase that there, hey? Little bit expensive. Most took a huge hit now. Where is Randy now? Him and his mate Steven Law. Guys, I know like a quarter of the names that you guys say. Internet money, I don't really see anything bullish here just yet. This is like the reward token in a way. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it because I don't even have the wallet. Yeah, it's no bottom just yet. Up. So this is leverage on PLS. That's bearish divergence. That breakout there. It's taken a lot to get out of here. Yeah, either way, we can't be interested there. It was these new lows that were made, yeah. So we can only be interested in this down there. That's up. Let's look at up X. Pretty sure it's gonna be the same with bearish divergence on this recent breakout, yeah. That's a V bottom. Markets don't like that. They might just come back all the way to here, at least. Rob. Rob is still around. Richard's only brother. Back into the reload zones. Yeah, and back into the reload zones for a Rob. You know, this is a V bottom, so I mean, something like this, right? But I can't fault the granny if she want to start nibble some here. I should maybe get some more. Just because Rob is still around, like all of the other people that raised millions are goners, right? But him with his little old meme coin and his jokes, he's still around, which is honorable. Wait. Wait doesn't look bad, right? This looks like it's about to freaking break out here. Now, this is the 0x coast, guys. So a little bit of a bearish divergence. I probably won't chase this here. Yeah, I need a little bit of a pullback. But you do run the risk. If this closes above 19.82, you could have a pretty strong breakout. I mean, this is picture perfect market structure you have here. Right? It's just a massive W. So that's that mantra. Oh, Mintra looks pretty good here. A little W on the weekly. Interesting. You know, if it closes here, that's a breakout. And Gerardo is still around. You know, they did raise a lot of money. They were called scammers. Like everybody's been called a scammer on PulseChain. If you're not been called a scammer on PulseChain, then I don't know. How's Granny Token? Ah, fuck knows, bro. But I've tried to revive them. I've bought thousands of dollars of my own money in them, and people just continue to sell it down. Mantra PZen. The PZen guys are probably still around. They still comment on my videos every now and then. It's actually crazy because, I mean, this reflection token has been around the longest out of all of these. This weird craze going around on PulseChain for reflection tokens. But that's a V bottom. It's not in the reload zone, so we'll just go on. A1, A. A1A. I don't know if this is who this belongs to. But you're back in the reload zone. Let's look at Finvesta quickly. Oof. When I fart, I'm in Zen. General market assessment, we are all still wrecked. Yep. I mean, it honestly looks to me like this is a top. Put on the line chart, it's a different story, but like I can't stand the log chart. I only use it to get the lows on the chart. Other than that, uh, this is very, very dangerous if you get tokens like this. There's no structure that this rallied out of. I mean, you'd have to go back. You can see previous resistance levels become support. Let's plot it here. So you can see that was acted as a peak there, a peak there, a peak there, a peak there. And then it comes down to retest these levels, right? Retest, retest. So where is your next breakout level? We'll try to be as fair as possible. We can see some confluence there, 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 and a kind of like a retest in this area here. We can see this is a resistance level also, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, finally breaking out, right? So we would expect these to get retested at least. Right, and then you've got this consolidation here, which V-bottomed. So let's plot this as a resistance line. We can see candles struggled to close above there, came down, acted as resistance. When finally broke down, it retested it as support and then left. So you start looking at this, you're like, dude, there's really not a lot of support on this chart. I mean, it does look like a gift chart to me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so hopefully you guys took some profits up there. I actually thought the top was already in here. Then Crypto Coffee tweeted about it, I think. And down you go. We can see where most of the volume was traded on the VPVR. You can see there's a relative amount of volume that traded there, which means that if you do come to this area and you lose this, you're going to come down all the way to the start. Because volume nodes like this, where there's little volume traded, the market falls or shoots through these areas very, very quickly. Did you look at RSI? No, I haven't looked at RSI yet. How's the granny token doing? Let's even see if the granny token is showing up here. No, it's not even showing up here. This is a Finfestas fork. This is tied to Fib. I don't really know how to promote these things. But the charts look fine. I mean, it's a little W there. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, 1.618 or 1.168, 1.1. If you just put in 1.1, you will find it. And it's part of the Fib. Here you go. It's part of the Fib ecosystem. 3K LP, 13K market cap, very small. Maybe I'll just launch like reflection tokens for Granny. So a token that is bonded with Granny and then rewards reflections in Granny. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, what else can you do for a meme coin to revive it? I can't believe I didn't buy Finvesta. I saw it fairly early. That sucks, dude. Yeah, that's the worst feeling, is either missing something, but an even more worse feeling than that is selling tokens on the way up and then looking at your balances at the top of what you sold. That's the worst feeling. But you shouldn't feel bad because you've done a successful trade. But that's just human nature. You never have enough. Did you look in? Did I look in RSI or did I look at RSI? Yeah, but don't worry. I didn't buy Finfesta as well. I never had it. If I chart RSI, am I going to be called a fudder? Like, You guys know I like to be as unbiased as possible. You can look on the daily. The RSI is at 56, which is quite high still, right? You're not in the reload zone. Mm. Okay, so there's no. I thought there might be some bulldoze here because the peak is lower on the RSI, but if you look at it like this, the price action is also lower. There's nothing bearish nor bullish on this chart. It's just consolidating, and it needs some time. And sometimes it's a good idea to let your token trade inside of the reload zone. Not because I like the reload zone, but because the market is symmetrical. Let's go back to the main watch list, see if there's anything interesting. I mean, so PulseChain is selling off here while BTC doesn't even look that weak. Oh, it's not that bad. Can I please chart Barrett? Which one? Which one would you like to see? It is the unicorn this cycle. Okay, so it's probably the Brett from base. Yeah, this one. I do have it on my watch list because I have some. Oh no. Believe in something, guys. Just believe. I this believe in something has been the most crap narrative ever, because all of the best meme coins have done full retracements. So actually the traders won once again. All the good traders, most traders get wrecked. I mean, there's bullish divergences showing up on time frames. It's inside the reload zone. This is where you should be interested in getting these things. You know, nobody is going to be buying the top meme coins right now, but they should. Goatsius. Where's Popcat? Let's pull up Popcat and Giga. We should be looking at these. Giga. Okay, let's quickly look here. Yeah, I mean, look at Goatsius Maximus here. It's starting to move sideways. You know what? This is what we need to see. We need to see these top meme coins bottom out. Okay, that was Fartcoin actually. Goatsius is mega wrecked. It's not even bottomed yet, bro. Nah. Oh no, that's terrible. Popcat. Man. Look at what I wanted to see, at least the reload zone. So, back into the VPVR. You remember when I just showed you how powerful this level is? Right back to it. I don't like the RSI moving up like that. It's going to need a while to consolidate. But this is the area where we should be interested in these things if we do think that the meme coins are going to return. And I don't see how the cycle, you know, does another leg without meme coins doing something at all. That's the thing with Giga. You get a scam week like that because someone exited here. Those wicks like to get filled. You know, I won't be surprised if this wick comes all the way down. Yes. Okay, so that's wrecked. Totally wrecked. Totally wrecked. Titanix ecosystem Gotex Dragonix that has been exposed. What does that mean? On Giga's a huge M, yeah. Yeah, Dragon X has done a full retracement. There is a little bit of a W there. I mean, you can probably accumulate these things here. They're so freaking darn cheap. But I understand if you don't want to associate with that, if it's got a foul mouth, yes, my foul taste in your mouth. They've left a pretty foul taste in my mouth as well. Even though I gave them a free top call, that literal top, you know. But it's foolish for me to think that people will appreciate top calls. You only get 8 for top calls. Buy the top like I do every time and become exit liquidity. No UFO to go, bro. Dude, I have a irrational fear of buying tops. Very irrational. Like I miss way too much stuff because I'm so strict with myself. I mean, BTC is really having a go here now. And this is our short-term breakout level right there. And with another one there at 95. Not bad. But this is perfect for BTC. You see the higher lows we formed here? Not bad. Chart pulse reserve. Okay. You're gonna have to give me a ticker or this token I launched the other day has more liquidity than it has market cap. Funny. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. It's been an hour. Is there anything else we would like to cover today? Yeah, hopefully I'll be more consistent. It's fun having a chat to you guys, and I don't know. We should, I mean, we spent a lot of time looking for shit coins that did well on the stream, so there is definitely value in doing it. So UFO to go, why funny? All right. Cheers, guys. Play from a position of strength. Don't get wrecked. It's just see if we get the full cycle that we all